You ever stood in the middle of a river and felt the current? Have you ever felt like that in life? Like everything is pushing at you, right? Hi, I'm Christi Karate, and this is Christi's Clarity. And today we're talking about the law of abundance. And why can't you feel it? Or where has it gone when you feel like it's gone away? Well, as I said in the description there, the clue is that the universe always says yes. So let me first read you from my book, Beyond the Box, Creative Thinking Expanded. Let me read you a definition of the law of abundance. Uh, we so first of all, the law of abundance is always present. We need to become a match. And then Ernest Holmes says, all that anyone will ever need or desire is already provided by the universal abundance. This applies to everybody, not just some people. So you're not the great exclusion. You're not the great exception. You are surrounded by universal abundance all the time. And it responds to your dreams, your desire, as long as it's not connected to envy, right? Desire and everything you could ever possibly dream of. Health, wellness, relationship. And if you're not experiencing those things, if you feel like you're standing in the current, then turn around and float down the river of abundance, right? So also from my book, I want to read, it's a quote from Jennifer Ashley Allen. She says, "You are not your actions. You are not a prisoner of your mistakes. It's a self-imposed prison when you hold on to guilt and shame. But the keys to escape lie within you. So let go of the past, forgive yourself, learn from it, and move on." Now, isn't that amazing? How abundance comes down to self-forgiveness. Well, I'm always doing my work. I have my mentors and coaches around me, and even my body workers and everybody around me to support me. But it really does come down to me. Now, I believe I've told you this story uh, since it happened, which was about a month ago. But um, as as I usually say about repeat stories, it bears repeating. And so I have had chronic pain in my thighs and hips. And I was just like, why can't I move through this? And I thought, what would I tell my clients? That is stuck energy. That's like standing in the river facing the current. And so what would I suggest? Self-love, self-forgiveness, and forgiveness of others. And so I went into my chiropractor, who's been working on, I'm not my chiropractor, I went into my masseur, who's been working on my body for a long time. And I'll tell you, she does wonders. And yet this pain keeps repeating, repeating, repeating. So, yes, I've been to the doctors, I've had the x-rays, I've done the, you've got to make sure that you're covering, crossing your I's and dotting the T's. And there's nothing really wrong. I am just experiencing pain. So I went into my masseur and I said, I need to do my own work, but I'm going to let you help me, please. And so everywhere you touch, I am going to be in self-love, self-forgiveness, and forgiveness of others. I have to tell you, I walked out of there feeling 2 feet above the earth. I sat down in my car and I felt, oh my gosh, I haven't even experienced what pain-free is like in these areas in my body for 30 years. And I just felt free. And then I had the thought, well, I'm probably going to have to do this quite a few times for it to stick. And then I said, why? Why? Why can't I just turn the page on the book of my past and just say, I bless you. Thank you for everything you've given me. And I am here and now taking my steps forward. And it lasted for 4 or 5 days. And then I woke up in the middle of the night and that pain was back. And so I did my stretches in the middle of the night and I continued to do my forgiveness work. I mean, how does the law of abundance relate to the law of forgiveness? Well, the only reason that we experience lack and limitation, I gotta say, it's not on any of the circumstances or conditions outside of you. It's on you. Hate to say it, but the good news about that is that therefore you can do something about it. I mean, if you are at the effect of the circumstances and conditions, including the market, including the stock exchange, including the pandemic, which I hear is now over, and the economy and the mortgage interest rates and all of that, guess what? You are only at the effect of that if you let yourself. If you turn against the current and say, wow, this is a hard journey. So what's the truth? Like it says here, we all have the ability. It's all around us. How do we turn away from the struggle and let ourselves float down the river of abundance? Well, yes, it seems like it should be easy just to turn and do that. But like I said, I do my own inner work. I encourage you to do your own inner work. And do you have to go back and find out what all of those events were that caused you to be angry or caused you to be self-loathing or anything? No, they may come up and you can bless them and thank them. But all you really have to do is be in self-forgiveness and say, I stand here now, flowing with the law of abundance that supports me in freedom and creativity. And just continue that practice. Now, on my website, I have 21 days to change a habit. And what my disclaimer on that always is, it says 21 days to change, 21 days of tools to change a habit. It was a really good program, but you have to practice this on an ongoing basis for 90 days or more. Because I always say 90 days to change 21 days to change a simple habit, 90 days to change a harder habit, and a lifetime to keep it healthy, right? So this week, at least, start practicing. Abundance is all around me, and I accept it to allow me to be free and creative as I walk through and serve out in the world. This is Christi Karate with Christi's Clarity, and next week we'll have a tool around how to look at perspective.